Morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Love 500. Welcome back to some more Copart stuff. As I'm out of action at the moment, I'm looking more at Copart, even though I'm not in a position to really buy anything because I have got 4 projects on the go. You would have seen me in the previous video having a, well, I didn't bid in the end, but on that convertible, 2015 convertible, which went for far too much money. So there's another one coming up today. So I have already filmed some more stuff yesterday. That those auctions haven't happened yet, but this one's coming up today. So I just wanted to show you it because it's a nice car, despite some issues. So let's get into it right now. So this isn't the one that I was just talking about, but this is another one that's up today. 14 plate sport. As you can see there, it's lovely and clean. They've obviously given it a wash. Not too much wrong with it as far as I can see. It's a nice sport model. I'll show you that in more close-up detail, but there's some issues going on around here. And I think there's some issues down this side as well, but as you can see, that initially it doesn't look as if there's much wrong with it. Lovely interior, which all looks very clean. Don't seem to be much going on down there, if anything. No broken lugs or anything. It's only done, it's a bit out of focus for some reason. Oh no, the original picture's out of focus. 45,000 miles. So that door may as well be replaced. I mean, it could be repaired, but if you can get one in colour, you can pick one up for somewhere between 100 and 150 pounds. You might as well get a new door if you can. Obviously it's got a little ding there, which is nothing. That could probably be PDR'd, I would imagine. This is the main damage. So even this isn't massive. I mean, we can't really see this area very well, but it's a strange one. This is, I don't know. It's trying to work out what it actually has hit it, but it's quite a sharp crease there and a sharp crease there, which, you know, wouldn't be a massive job. Once you've got that side panel off inside, you can get to it, you could push it out. Obviously some filler and whatever you would be needed, but you know, not a massive amount of work at all. A bit dirty inside as per usual, but apart from that, it's all good. Wheels are a little bit scraped up, or one or two of them are, but nothing spectacular. Now that's on now, well, say now, today, it's number 54. Auction isn't in progress because it's only 20 past 11. I don't know, I think once it gets to 11 o'clock you can't bid anymore, although it says bid there. So yeah, I don't know why it's 11:22 at the moment, but it says auction is in progress. I'm never quite sure why it says that when it hasn't even started yet, but yeah, as you can see there, 46,000 miles, £825. It's on a minimum bid. But this was the one I was particularly interested in today. A Facelift Sport. Now you don't see very many of these. As you can see there, it's got some serious issues. Ish. As I scroll through, you'll see. Now, if I zoom in here, if you look at that chassis leg, it's a bit difficult. The left-hand chassis leg there. Sorry, the right hand. Left hand in the picture, but obviously it's the right hand driver's side by my thumb. As you can see, that doesn't look bent at all. Maybe very, very slightly, but they are at a bit of an angle anyway, so I think that that's straight. But if you look at the other side, I'm not sure if there's a closer up picture. So whatever it's hit, it's quite close to that side. So although it's in darkness there, you can't see it in there. That may well have pulled that near side chassis leg. If that's the case, then that'll obviously need a pull. I'm not sure whether there's any more pictures of that side, so there's no rear damage at all. Or that side. Oh, I think, is that a dent there? That might be a dent in the door. Again, sometimes it shadows, you can't tell. But it's a really lovely car. It's got the top of the range stereo. It's got Oh no, that's a phone holder. Can't see the key there, but I'm sure it has got. Oh, there's the key there on the seat. That's quite unusual. White door cards. Never seen those before. 1.2, obviously. So, just zooming in on that headlight bracket doesn't even look broken. Now, bearing in mind that the bar is underneath, it's sort of in line with that headlight bracket. Sorry, not the bar, the chassis rail. I'm only going by where that's bent down there. That may well need a pull. No airbags gone. No warning lights on. It is just impossible to tell from these pictures. I'm not sure. I think there must be a dent in that door. You can't really see. But I suppose that's probably the best picture we've got. Now, where that's broken, where that's bent, is sort of there. So I'm thinking as that's pushed that in, it probably has done that to the leg. Maybe not to that extent, but it may have just bent the tip. But as you know, those legs have got crash cans in, so it may have pulled it over. But you know, it's not going to be anything major, I don't think. No doubt, obviously, front panel's knackered. Rads are going to be gone, etc., etc. One headlight's obviously gone. That wing's obviously gone. Let's go back to the front picture again. But nothing drastic. The bonnet, going by where the bonnet placement is, it doesn't look like the bonnet has broken. Sorry, the bonnet hinges have bent. Obviously, so it needs a wing, a bonnet, a bumper, front panel, radiators, headlight, maybe possibly repair to the door the other side. But that is a lovely, lovely car. 66 plate. Facelift Sport. I don't think I've ever seen a Facelift Sport on here. It is a Cat S, which may make you think that chassis leg is going to be bent. It's currently at 1,950, and it's a pure sale. So I am going to have a little punt on this today and have a bid, and I don't think I'm going to get it because it's probably going to go for stupid money. But if I could get that anywhere near £2,500, that would be great. I don't think there's any more I can say about it. We've got additional information, yeah. Number of keys for vehicle 1. Yeah, it's a shame we can't go and look at these cars because this is in Rochford as well, which is the closest one to me. So it only cost me, what is it, 80 quid, 85 quid, can't remember now, for Gallon to deliver from Rochford. But that, I think, is a really nice car, and that would definitely be worth a punt. Being a facelift, obviously all the bits and trim on the bonnet, on the bumper are destroyed. They're the really expensive parts, and when you buy second-hand bumpers in facelifts, they never ever come with the trims. Very, very rarely. Sometimes you'll get the main one at the top, but that's about it. So, and they don't seem to be really available on eBay. So you're probably going to have to end up going to the main dealers and getting them, and they are expensive. But that's a lot of car. It's a really nice one. So I am going to have a punt on it. See what you think, or rather see what we think when we get to it. But what do you think about it? Do you think that's worth a punt? Unfortunately, I missed the actual auction on the silver one. Just as the auction had started, my sister came round to visit and had a cup of coffee and a chat and what have you. And because of that, I missed it. Completely forgot all about the auction. So I contacted one of the subscribers on the channel, Russell, who helped me out with a picture of, or some pictures of Loopy Harold, showing me when it had originally been sold, which I'll show you now that he sent me. When I originally bought Loopy Harold, because I bought that car as a fixed car, not knowing what we had in store for us, and he sent me those pictures. So there's a website in Ireland. That you have to, I think it's 20 quid a month you have to subscribe to, or $20 a month, or whatever it is, €20 a month, something like that, that you can look up old auction lots and see what they went for. And I don't think there's anywhere else you can do it without paying, and I knew Russell had done that, so I sent him a message earlier today, or later on this afternoon, and asked him if he could have a look. I gave him the 2 lot numbers, and he's came up with these. So as you can see, the silver one here, they say pending, which sort of shows that they haven't actually accepted the finishing price. And I think this one, from memory, was on a reserve or on a minimum bid, and it says that unsold for £1,800. So I can only assume that one's probably going to go back in again. So you know, they may accept it, or it's going to go back into the auction, in which case it will probably come up again in a week's time or so. So if that happens, then we might have another bid on it. But yeah, unfortunately, I actually missed the auction itself. But thanks to Russell, we've got this picture. And unfortunately, for the same reason, we missed out on the red one as well. Same applies. So this one also says pending, but it says, as you can see there, it says pending 2,100. So that doesn't say not sold or unsold, whatever the other one said. This one was a pure sale, so I'm assuming it went for 2,100, which I'm really annoyed about, because I would have been happy to pay 2,500 for that. So a bit gutted that I missed out on that one. So I don't suppose that one will be coming back. But yeah, unfortunately, as I say, I missed it. But again, thanks to Russell, he sent me the screenshot of this so we can see that it actually what it actually did sell for. So the following day, Russell sent me another message, and he sent me another picture of the silver one, and as you can see here, the silver one sold. So it was obviously, that was the one that was on reserve. So they obviously accepted, or I guess they accepted the winning bid. So that one won't be coming back either. So the two that I really wanted, both of which I would have been prepared to pay more than they went for, both sold. So I missed out there, but such is life. And again, thanks to Russell for sending me those. Much appreciated. Cheers, Russell. I was also contemplating having a little bid on this one as well, but you know, because I'm not really in a position to buy a car, I'm not going to. But this is like a high mileage one, template. I looked at the MOT history and it's pretty good. There's not much wrong with it. It needs a new door or a repair to the door. There's not a massive amount wrong with it. It obviously needs a new bumper. May have got away with the front panel. It looks like it's broken the bumper on the bar, so the bar's probably not even damaged either. 82,000, which isn't high, but it's higher than I like. But yeah, that's probably easier just to put a new door on that. Of course, if you put a new door on it, you've either got to replace the black sticker, or you've got to take the stickers off completely, one or the other. Which, you know, I've done that many times before, so it doesn't faze me taking the stickers off, and I don't particularly like them anyway. But funnily enough, I don't think this one needs a new bonnet, but I have actually got a bonnet with black stripes already on it, which I didn't take off, but it's there if you need it. So as I say, that was at the moment, that one is at 550 quid, and that one's up today as well. But I'm not going to be bidding on it. I will watch it if I can and film it, and just out of interest, see what it goes for, because I suspect that will go for around the £800 mark. But yeah, we'll hopefully I'll try and come back and film these when we get to them. And we'll see what these cars go for. There are lots more in my watch list over the next few days, as you can see. But yeah, this is the one that really interests me the most. So we'll definitely be filming this one. So it's 144 into the auction, so it's good couple of hours, more than a couple of hours in. It might even be quite near the end of the auction. I don't know how many lots there are in this auction. I haven't looked, but actually let's have a look. Yeah, so Rochford Lane A, there are 172 lots in this auction. Auction starts in 30 minutes, so it's going to be a good couple of hours or more, maybe 2.5 hours into the auction, but I'll keep an eye on it, and we'll see what happens, see what it goes for. And I'll say, if it don't go silly, I'm going to have a bid, and you will see the result of that coming up very soon.
High participation in the lane. Bonus time.
Looks like it's going to go for 625.
Sold.
Good price. That would have been a good buy. So this is an interesting one. So this, as you'll see in a minute, I think this is another Glam Coral one, isn't it? This isn't the one I was showing you earlier. As you can see there, it's a hybrid. It's the first hybrid I've seen. So very minimal damage. Airbag gone. airbag gone. It's had a swipe in the side, obviously. And there it is, there's the hybrid engine. Doesn't look anything spectacular, does it? But 3,000 miles, 3,500 miles. A little bit of damage there, so it's very, very minimal damage. For them to write that off, it's crazy. So I'm not sure whether that's a little crease there. I think that might be a little crease in there, but that's nothing, is it? So that's a pure sale. It's currently at 3,950. It says estimated retail value 10,000, 10,500. So as a hybrid with only 3,500 miles on the clock, which is less than a year old, can you imagine how much you'd get for that? That's got to easily be worth £7,000 or £8,000, hasn't it? Repaired easily. So I'm not going to bid on it, but I'm going to follow the auction again. I think this one's tomorrow as well. No, it's in a few days. But 3 days time. But we will follow this one, and hopefully I can film this auction as well. There's no item number yet, so it hasn't got that far into the listing to be given the how far into the auction it is. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what it goes for. But say hopefully I can film this one as well, and we'll see. As the first hybrid I've ever seen go through a salvage auction, be very, very interesting to see what it goes for. So we'll come back when that time comes, and by the magic of YouTube, it's coming up for you now. So this one's caught my eye today. 12 plate. No damage to it whatsoever. It's a mechanical issue. As you can see, it's all in really nice condition. It's a lovely colour, this. It's one of my favourite colours, I think. Always sell very, very well. Now, if you're mechanically, it's only on 47,000 miles. You can see you've got engine light on, oil light on. We'll come to why in a minute. So there's literally no damage to it whatsoever. When we come to it, you'll see that we go into the additional information. So I've got 2 keys. So it says dashboard warning light illuminated, insufficient engine oil pressure, and a warning message on poor brakes. Oh yeah, sorry, insufficient engine oil pressure, warning message on poor brakes. So obviously the brakes need doing. Very noisy engine. Now obviously the very noisy engine is going to be because of insufficient engine oil. So it sounds like the oil pump's gone. Now let's take that as worst case scenario. The engine's knackered. If that engine's knackered, you've got to stick a new engine in it. If you know what you're doing and you can change an engine, you can easily pick up a decent engine for £250. Easily. This car at the moment, I know we've got a few days to go. It has got 2 days several days. No, hang on, when is it? 7 days. So it's a week away. But at the moment, it's at £200. So if you wanted one of these for yourself, for your daughter, and you know what you're doing, you've got the tools and the capability of sticking a new engine in it, or maybe, who knows, you might just have to put a new oil pump in, who knows, you could get yourself a fantastic little bargain. And because it's used unrecorded as well, when you do come to sell it, it's not a category car. So that would be a great one. So if I get the opportunity, I will film this one as well, and we'll see how much this goes for. But that would be a great one. And then lastly we come on to this one. Now I think, again, this is the same colour, Valère Blue, which I think would be an ideal first project for someone. If you wanted to get into doing this, I think this would be a really good first project. So as we go through, you'll see. So bumper's gone. I think there might be some bonnet damage, slight bonnet. I can't even speak. Bonnet damage. Difficult to see from those pictures, even if I'm looking at it. No, maybe not. Maybe there isn't. So bumper's gone. Obviously, light's gone. That light's gone. Bit of a crease down this side, which you could either get to a body shop or possibly do yourself. Other side looks okay. Seats need a bit of a clean, as they always do, or you can put some nicer seats in. These show up every little mark, these grey seats. I quite like them. I prefer them to the red seats, but they do show up every little mark. So they definitely need a good clean. Engine all looks good. Looks like it's got a new battery. Obviously headlight has gone completely, and I imagine probably the bracket's gone on that one as well, but maybe not. It's only done 39,000 miles. There are no warning lights on. So there's a good view of the damage. So that I'm not sure whether that's a shadow or a crease in the bonnet. I think it's a shadow actually. So if your bonnet's okay, that's good. The wings doesn't appear to have any damage. So it's going to be bumper bar, possibly front panel, possibly radiator, and a headlight. That's it. So I think this would make a great first project for somebody. Bumpers are widely available. You can probably get one in that colour. They come up quite often. And it's only a cat in. As I say, 39,000 miles, 13 plate. And at the moment, it's got seven days to run, but it's at 200 quid. And it's a pure sale. So I really think that would be an ideal first project for someone. If I was in the market for another one at the moment, I would have a bid on that. And I am watching it, and you never know. If I happen to miraculously get 1 or 2 cars done and sold within the next week, I'll be bidding on it, but that's not likely to happen. But again, hopefully, if I can, I'll film this and we'll see what it goes for. If not, it'd be unfortunate, but it would be interesting to see what it goes for. But yeah, would be a great project. So, you know, we all slag Copart off, or a lot of people slag Copart off, but you know, you do get some really good, decent cars on there. And it's just a matter of not jumping in with both feet and, you know, just waiting and watching. There are a lot on there at the moment. If we go back to my saved searches, it went up into the 80s. There were 80 odd the other day. It's currently 66 Fiat 500s. I've just given it away there, that one that we were talking about earlier on another video. I did have a cheeky bid on that one. It was only 1,100 quid, and I know I'm always going on about it, but I just thought, you know what, sod it. Let's just stick in a cheeky bid. I knew that it wasn't going to go anywhere, but I thought I'd give it a try. So yeah, I've broken my own rule again. So yeah, so there's 66 of them at the moment. Obviously that's throughout the country, depends on where you are in the country. But have a look, see what you think. If you want to do one of these cars, I still think that Copart is the best place to get them, unless you can pick one up on eBay. Obviously with eBay you've got no fees. But have a look, see what you think. So I was looking at this one for the last few days. Quite a lot of damage to it. Obviously the bonnet looks okay. Obviously bumper, wing, that wing, there's obviously something on the door which can probably be repaired quite easily. There's a couple of little paint bits in there. Obviously we've got rear quarter damage, a couple of paint bits, that would obviously all be done at the same time. Means a visit to the body shop, of course. It's got the nice stereo in it. It's 2067 plate with hardly any miles on it. 19,000 miles. Now, up until about half an hour ago it was at 525 quid. It's on reserve, or minimum bid, but look what it is now. It's gone up from £525 to 1,400 in the last half hour. Auctions have just started. It's just gone 12 now. I don't even know what number it is. I haven't even looked that far. Oh, number 73, so it's probably more than an hour into it. It's in Wolverhampton, which I texted Gallin and asked him, and it's 260 quid to get it to me, which is too much money, but I thought if I can get this for a bargain price, it's worth it. That could just be parked on my sister-in-law's drive for the time being, until such time as I've got room and time to do it. And of course I'm still fighting with my health at the moment, so I can't really do much. So I'm still gonna have a bid on it, maybe a couple of £100 quid. I'm not gonna get it for less than probably £2,000 anyway, even if no one else was bidding.
Your watch item is next on the block. New bidder.
1,800. 1,850, 1,900. Well, that's 2,000 now.
Bonus time.
So I'll be interested to see if that one comes back again, if it's going to go for 2,000. So I don't think they'll accept that as it's on. Oh, another one, 2,050. 2-1. 2-150. Still going. 2,200.
Bonus time.
Have they finished now? So 2,200. So plus fees, that's probably going to be around the 2.6, 2.7 mark. Too much.
Sold on approval.
Oh well, that's the end of that. Unfortunately, I missed the hybrid auction, which was a bit of a nuisance. I don't know what that went for. As you saw there, it was up at £5,000. I think I said that that's probably worth maybe 7 or 8. I suppose you could sell that for £5,000. Even if it had no more bids and it went for £5,000, you're talking probably £500 or £600 in fees plus delivery. You're not going to make any money out of it. Literally going to make. It's not worth doing. I know there wasn't much to do on it, but it's just ain't worth it. And that's if it went for the 5, which it probably didn't. So yeah, unfortunately, I had to. I missed it, so I can't tell you what it went for. But never mind. Anyway, we'll go back and we'll see what's on. I've got one more day to go tomorrow of more auctions, and then we'll call this a wrap on this video, and yeah, we'll see what comes up tomorrow, and then we'll finish off. So until tomorrow. So we've got another day, another auction. This time we're in Salvage, which I find is probably the most expensive site of all the Copart sites. But today we've got this 2010 59 plate lounge with very little on the surface wrong with it. As you can see, bumper's destroyed, the wing needs replacing, headlight needs replacing. Just that very tip of that bonnet looks a little dent on it. I'm sure that can easily be repaired. Whether that would be something that I could repair or not well enough, I don't know, but you know, you wouldn't be throwing that bonnet away, let's say that. Yeah, nothing on the back. If you look at the tyres, look how good the tyres look. Blow it up. Look like brand new tyres. Same on that back as well, that looks brand new. So this is obviously, I say been looked after. People put tyres on cars. Look at the state of that gear knob. That's well worn, isn't it? Well worn. Seats are quite dirty, as these dogtooth ones usually are. Back's not too bad. Engine bay looks relatively clean. It's got a replacement Bosch battery. You can see the things broken there, which obviously it would be, as that's where the corner is. The other side looks fine. It's done 77,000 miles. There's a close-up of the damage. So it's not that much as far as I can see. That might be another one, because it's on this corner, it might be another one where the front panel doesn't need replacing, which would be cool. Just a little bit of scratching on the back, nothing major, they'll probably polish out anyway. That's it. So that's on today. As you can see, at the moment it's 550 quid. So, you know, it's a relatively high mileage, 77,000. I mean, I've had ones that are higher. And to be honest, these engines, as long as they've been looked after, oiled and watered properly and serviced regularly, they, you know, the ones I've had that have done 80,000 miles sound just the same and go just the same as one that's done 15,000 miles. So they really seem to be quite a nice engine. If it's not looked after, you know, 20,000 miler will be falling apart and sound like a bag of spanners, but this one hopefully falls into the earlier category. So it's only a Cat N, so there's obviously no damage to any of the chassis legs or anything. It runs and drives. Got keys. I looked at the MOT history, and the last MOT it failed on a few bits and pieces, which were obviously rectified, because then a couple of days later it passed with no advisories. So it looks like it might be a good buy. Now, being Salvage, I'm expecting it to probably go for over £1,000, but I'm going to have a cheeky bid on this. I'm not in a position to buy a car at the moment, but I'm going to have a cheeky bid on it. You never know. If I could get it, if no one else is bidding and it goes for 550, I can bid for 550. Or was it 600 the next one? What are we in at the moment? No, we're at 550 now. So if we can get it for 650, something like that, that'll be £1,000 out the door. Or thereabouts, 900 and something out the door probably. That'd be worth it. Not very much to do on that at all. So again, as I showed you on another one earlier on in this video, this would be a great first project, I think, to get you dip your toes into the water, because there's not an awful lot to do. Bumper, wing, DRL, repair to the headlight, either repair the bonnet or put a new bonnet on it, and then a good clean. That could, in theory, be all that's needed. That again could be an easy turnaround in a day. And that would be a good quick profit. So it's, what's the time now? It's 25 to 10 at the moment. Obviously the auction starts at midday as always. What number is it? It's 112, so again it's going to be hour and a half into the auction. So yeah, we're going to have a little cheeky bid on that, so we'll make sure we film that as well. Before we go into the results of that auction, that hasn't obviously happened yet. This is a couple of minutes later, but I've always, you know how much I like colour therapy, and this colour as well. Now this one's available today as well in the same auction, same site. A 63 plate colour therapy. As far as I can see, the only damage is to that front bumper. Now I've had a look on eBay, and there is, I think, a bumper available. I looked last night because there's another colour therapy that I was thinking about in the same colour, which needed wings, and I think there weren't any wings, but was it wings? Can't remember now. I'm going to have another look, but I got a feeling there was a bonnet available, because as we know, oh no, hang on, no, the bonnet that was available was a paint code one, and we know we've been down that avenue before with the last colour therapy in this colour, and they just don't match. So you need to get one that's in colour, so that could be a bit of a pain. Oh look, we've got another photographer doing YMCA as well. They do like doing YMCA dances, the photographers at Copart. So yeah, there's not, apart from that, I can't see any other damage on it. Now, the bone of contention for me is these brown seats. I'm sorry, but they would have to go. They would have to go. There's no way I could sell a car with brown seats. Who in their right mind buys a car with brown seats? It's not the 1970s, is it? Jesus. But I mean, they're in decent condition. Someone might like them, so you might be able to sell them. But yeah, that, to me, as far as I can see, that's the only damage. You never know, I might even be able to repair it. But then you've got to paint it, you've got to try and colour match it. It's only done 36,000 miles. It doesn't actually, I mean, you know what the photographs are like. They always look different in these photographs anyway, but the bonnet's okay, the wings are okay. It literally looks like it's just. Because everything lines up, I don't think there's going to be any issue with the front panel. That's always a good indication. When everything, although broken here, it's a good indication that the front panel is straight when everything else lines up. I mean, there's a little bit there, but I think that's probably just the bumper where it's been pushed in. It's probably broken the bracket, but it doesn't need wings. So that would actually, oh, sorry, yeah, back bumper. There are back bumpers. There's a back bumper for, I think, £110, which is quite a lot for a back bumper, but when it's in colour, who cares? Yeah, I think that's another quite good car. Obviously it's got the colour-coded gear knob and so on and so forth. And that is a Cat S, surprisingly. Don't know why it's a Cat S. It's another one of those strange ones. The rear end damage is obviously really low. It's gone. You can see that it's gone under the bumper bar. So I mean, although they haven't taken a picture in the boot, there is a possibility that it's caught the bottom of the wheel well. I think it's unlikely because it's really low down, but it's a possibility. So that may be why it's a Cat S. But that's easily rectified anyway. Yeah, 36,000 miles. Cat N. It's currently 1,050 quid. So again, being sandwich, chances are it'll go for too much. You do find the ones that have not got much damage do tend to go for more money than they should. But I might have a cheeky bid on this one as well. You never know. Because although, as I said on the previous one we were looking at, although I'm not really in a position to buy anything at the moment, because these are going to be, cars like this will be such a quick turnaround, they're worth getting if I can for cheap price, and parking it up. I can always leave a car at my sister-in-law's, which is like a mile and a half down the road. Especially when they run a drive, I can just once I've sold one car, I can then bring it over. So although I'm not in a position to buy a car, if I can get one like this, I will. But again, as I keep saying, chances are I'll go for too much. But I thought I'd show you that one anyway, as I'm going to have a bid on it, because if I do happen to win it, then I wanted to show you it beforehand. Anyway, so let's go to the auction, or the previous one, the white one.
Your watch item is next on the block.
Here we go. Now I was going to bid on this, but it's looking as if it ain't worth it. Which in a way I'm pleased about, because I'm not really in a position to buy one.
New bidder.
But it was too tempting if I got it for like 600 quid not to. 775, it's going to go, oh no, £800. No, it's too much. I wouldn't pay. This is the sort of money I paid for the ones that I've got at the moment, which are newer and better than this. Although I guess there's not that much damage, is there? So go on, go over 1,000 please. I want this one to go over 1,000. Makes me feel better about it. 900. Still a good car for someone.
Bonus time.
So it's approaching that barrier of £1,000, isn't it, that people get scared by. Once it goes up to 1,000, people stop bidding. But this one's...
Bonus time.
Anyone else? No, I think... Go on, have one more bid. Go on. 925, go on. They can't hear me. I don't know why I'm saying it. It's going to go for 900, isn't it?
Sold.
Yep, £900. Not bad. Not bad, I suppose.
Next on the block.
Here we go. 1,400. Already far too much. It was at 11.50 a minute ago. 1,400. So that's about, what, 1,800 out the door. So we won't be buying this one. I know it doesn't got much done on it, but there's not a front bumper available on eBay. There is a back, but not a butt. But it's 1,500 quid already. Crazy. I told you sandwich was too expensive. Not always. But yeah, I won't be buying this one. This is the beige one, in case you hadn't realised, the colour therapy. 1,600. I don't know. I suppose it is a 63 plate. What's the mileage? 36. So it's a good car. And there ain't that much wrong with it.
Bonus time.
1,650. What's it going to go for? Is it anyone going to go on bonus time? Don't think so. Oh, it has as well. 1,700. Someone really wants this. I mean, if you were selling this, you could probably sell it for...
Bonus time.
I would sell it probably for 2,750, 2,850, something like that. Maybe even a bit more, actually. So it is still a decent profit, but
Bonus time.
that's £1,700. That's probably about £1,100. £1,100, over £2,100, I reckon that would be. No way would I be paying anywhere near that.
Sold.
Wow. Wow. So as you can see, there's been quite a few cars I've shown you there. You can see what's been available this week on Copart. Hopefully that's given you a good indication. I know a lot of you have asked me to do these videos, and you're interested to see exactly what's around. So obviously the Fiat 500s are just one of many cars that are in these auctions. There's, you name it, it's in there. So if you want to do something else, have a look, see what's about. I think we've come to the conclusion that Fiestas they're not 10 a penny, but there are so many Fiestas on Copart, and invariably I reckon that probably there's a lot of parts available. Although there are quite a lot of different variations of Fiestas, and obviously the car's been around for a long time. Parts I reckon are probably quite cheap. I was tempted to go down the Fiesta route myself, but I think I'll stick with what I know. I know that I can sell these like hotcakes, the 500s generally. But anyway, that's the end of the Copart bidding video. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back in the middle of next week with what are we going to have for you? Project Rob and Viv. We're going to have an update on Project Rob and Viv, and then next weekend we will have an update on Project Marilyn, which I actually got back today. But that will be next weekend that you'll see that. So as I say, that's the end of this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. please give us a thumbs up. It really does help, and please also like, share and subscribe, and we will see you in the middle of next week. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care, see you soon.